So I think it's awesome when you go into a video game store and see more than just video games. Not only does this store have store display standees and these kiosks, they are opening up another location. So just the passion behind everything that they're trying to build is so cool. So let's go ahead and take a trip out to Game On Video Games and More in Delaware. So I love how this store has so many like kiosk store displays, standees, countertop displays. And this one, every single time I see it, this is so beautiful. For the Game Boy Advance, we have Donkey Kong Country 2. Just these classic characters here. This is just so cool, and I feel like you don't really see this stuff very often. But like, look how neat that is. Just classic characters on here. Of course, you never see enough Diddy Kong. So this is just really neat, and I just love the history of these displays. This store really makes you feel like, you know, you're like back in the day. You have all these like promotional pieces just popping out everywhere. And then there's even another one over here that they have. So this one's really cool. This is for the Nintendo DS. We have Wario, Master of Disguise. And then of course this like turns. So you get to see like a little bit more than what you would with some of these like little countertop displays. Just so simple and so neat. But right here, it just tells you so much information. So this is really cool. So I love seeing these video game kiosks that I don't have. Now I have a different version of the Xbox kiosk. This one is so cool just because there's so much green on here. And I love the whole like aesthetic that this one has because it's so different than mine. And not only does this kiosk have like all the additional touches with like the stickers, the lights, the green, it has this really cool MechAssault 2, this Lone Wolf standee, this like countertop store display on top. And I love how that one has like that 3D art where it just kind of like pops out right in your face. But that's just a classic staple of a game. And this is just really cool. So not only do they have this one, they have like a PS3 Blu-ray disc. They have a PS4 kiosk, a PS2 kiosk, and it's like the list goes on each time that I pop into this store. So of course I had to check out their Nintendo games as I'm going for a full set as well, and I decided to check out some of the really cool items that they had while I was there. So it definitely makes me want even more displays and kiosks. But this one right here, such a classic, such a staple of a game. This is Gradius. So I am still shocked that I didn't even have this game, as I've played this one in the arcades so many times. I've spent like countless hours playing this fantastic game, and I just love these like old school shooters. I really feel like they do such a great time. So pretty much you have the space attack, you know, in danger. You just have to go around and just shoot. Now you do get tons of power-ups. I love the different ones. I love these boss fights. I love how it's just so easy to go through and just learn, pick up this style of the game. And then it gets more challenging. So I just absolutely love these games. I love these classic staples. I love, you know, just finding these. And this is really a fantastic system to add so many wonderful games, especially these arcade ones that came over to the Nintendo Entertainment System. And, you know, all of these are pretty inexpensive. So that was definitely really cool to see. And then even this one that I'm excited to try out, this is Ring King. So I'm shocked that I've not played this arcade hit, but this one is also a lot of fun. You get to move around and punch. You know, you do have to be mindful of your stamina bar, so you have to be precise not to like completely, you know, lose that or drain it. So you have like training, you have different tournaments or these like ranking matches, and you just go through and try and become from a rookie up to, you know, like this top. So this is definitely really cool. Definitely exciting to see that they are at the store. They just have so many wonderful systems. And each time I go, I feel like I see so much more. Because not only do they have a wonderful collection of complete in box, these like heavy hitter games, I remember when they got in a Super Nintendo a lot, there was like Earthbound, so many others. It's really cool to see how much it grows each year that I stop in, or every so often that I stop in when I go on like a little mini vacation out that way. It's just really cool to see that. And I just love how they have Panasonic 3DO games. They really had such a variety, and it was so cool to see that stuff too. So all of these crazy big box PC games, we have these ones right here. They have like this like unique box art. And we have Tomb Raider. It just pops open. You know, you have this classic look right here. I have all these like collectible figures that they had during this time too. But this is just so cool to see. And then of course we have Tomb Raider 3. And then this one also pops open. But there's just so many classics on the shelf over here of just all of these. You know, like this one is really cool too. This is actually a fun one. Deer Hunter Avenger. So it's like a parody, and this is pretty wacky and just pretty crazy to see. Just all of these huge, big PC box games. So of course I continued on and I saw this one. This is Lee Trevino's Fighting Golf, and it's endorsed by the U.S. national video game team. So this one, despite the name, does not have any fighting in it. So this would have been really cool if it was like some sort of crazy spin-off. That would definitely be an interesting game to see. But this one right here, it's pretty much a golf game, and you know, probably not one that I'm going to play. But I figured I'd have it just in case someone else who came over absolutely loved this game for no reason or some reason or whatever. And maybe someone else wants to play it if they stop on over. Because I noticed a lot of these like sports games, people would find these rather cheap back in the day. And, you know, back then we didn't really complain or get picky with the games. Once we had one or two, we just continuously played them. So maybe someone who loves golf might enjoy this one, or maybe you guys grew up with it. So I'm definitely curious to know. And I know, this one right here, we have Sesame Street 1, 2, 3. So you have Astro Grover, a beginning math game, and then Ernie's Magic Shapes. So a shape and color matching game. These are pretty much what they say, but they are pretty interesting. So back in the day, I feel like these learning games were like all the rage. You definitely wanted to have these educational games. I feel like I've played a number of them over the years. So I probably won't be playing these ones, but you never know, maybe kids and things like that might want to try this out, especially if they love Sesame Street. But pretty much you have Astro Grover, so it does have this like weird looking moon from what I can tell, and the aliens are pretty much what you have to count. So they'll come on out, and then the number that are shown there, you have to correlate that, and then that's pretty much helping you count. Then you also have these like shapes and colors, so you do have to like match those up. So very simple, but you know, if you're learning or if you're a kid, this educational game, I want to know, did you guys play any educational games back in the day? Was it more on the Nintendo? Was it on the Super Nintendo? Or did you have like, you know, the Sega Pico, just things like that? I'm really curious to know how you guys got like sucked into video games and learning. So this store is fantastic. They literally have a mix of old and new. They have all of these like newer release games that are brand new for like the Switch and, you know, PS4, PS5, etc. It's just really cool seeing such a variety where it's not always just one particular thing. They do have like some movies and some other things like that too, and even like little toys, but they also have like tons of like promotional items. So this one is really cool. So this is Call of Juarez. We have Reserve Now. So these would have been like these like little things that go on lanyards that you would see in like GameStop or different stores to try and promote the upcoming games. I always pick up something like that when I go there. Usually they have them in like a dollar bin or, you know, different things like that. So I just love seeing the variety. I really want those kiosks and those standees and store displays. Be really cool to see what their new location has. So I heard that it's only like a few minutes away from this Rehoboth Beach location. So I can't wait to take a trip out there next time, as it is open the time of filming this. So I really cannot wait to see what magical things they have done at that location and kind of see how it changes and grows over time. So just completely shocked, and it's just always a great time. Super friendly, super nice, and I can't wait to see what I score next time. So is there anything in this video that you saw that you would have loved to have, whether it be a display, a kiosk, or even some of the box games behind the counter? Let me know in the comments down below, and of course, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Go ahead and check out all of my other videos and stay tuned for more.